This is 37th Street Radio and TV, and of course, we're out here hooking you up with the best of the best when it comes to interviews. And today we have another special guest. So, guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Saumu. 7th Street and TV have invited me to do this interview. I'm very humbled.
Yeah, so like for me, I know you from TikTok, and I would just like to know maybe what you do. Are you in school? Are you done with school? Or like how your day-to-day life is?
I'm currently in uni. I study at Daystar University. So mostly I find myself, creating content in school. I'm in uni. I'm currently in uni.
So like whatever you're studying, is it connected to art or it's something very different?
It's very different. Actually, I'm studying law. So I don't think it's connected, other than the part for like intellectual property where it deals with the rights of creators. I don't think it's connected in any other way. It's totally different.
Yeah. So when did your journey in content creation start?
My journey in content creation started in high school. Yeah, at around 2019, 2020. That's when I started.
Yeah, you started from TikTok.
Yeah. I started all my content creation, I started from TikTok.
There are usually very many platforms like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. So for you, like you are mainly on TikTok. I just want to know, like, how did you choose that this is the platform that I'll be using? Because other guys go on YouTube, there's Instagram, all these things, but you chose TikTok. So I don't know what was the criteria.
So for me, the criteria was that sorry for that. The criteria was that on Instagram, I had been on the platform for like some time, and it was a very toxic environment for me at that time. So I opted out of Instagram since I had friends there. It was a lot of toxicity. So I didn't do it on Instagram or Twitter. I've never tried Twitter before. YouTube, for me, at that time, I thought YouTube required a lot. Like I thought it required ring lights, director, like a lot. Like for me, YouTubers were like celebrities. You had to have like a lot of equipment. So I was like, okay, I don't have equipment. So what I can do, I can start making videos on TikTok. That's how I started.
From when we just look generally at TikTok, we see that guys love dancing, others they are comedians, but for you, you chose to just talk about regular issues that guys go through in their lives. So was this also strategic? Like, how did you come up with that? Because you will just also start dancing like any other person.
Yeah, so thank you for that question. So for me, I personally, I'm terrible at dancing, and people used to tell me, if you join TikTok, you don't know how to dance, you would get followers. I mean, I was like, I'll just do my thing. So when I started out with normal videos, lip syncing and everything. I've always been good at lip syncing because I was very good at like mastering lyrics since I was younger. So with the lip syncing thing, I immediately got the hold of it. But then as I went along, I realized that I have a very amazing personality. So I just started doing videos about my life and my experiences. It's just so authentic. It's what I go through every day. I don't struggle doing it. So sometimes I make videos and people like them a lot. They're like, oh my God, me too. They relate. And that's what I like most about the platform, because they're engaging. They're like, oh my God, even me, I did this and did this. So it's very nice to be authentic for me. Yeah.
Can you say, being in school, you're interacting with guys of very, very different backgrounds? Do you think that has also helped you in terms of the content that you release to the public?
For me, in the current campus I'm in, yes, my life revolves around my friends, and actually, but like my personality, I got it from I can say I got it from high school, but the environment around me also helps, because okay, it depends on the situation I'm in, and that's when I'll make the best content, or I'll find the best things to talk about. It's all about my friends and like the area I'm in. Yes, because it's Athi River. I meet up with a lot of people. Like I also try to make content with people like Rono. I'm still working on meeting other creators, so it's really fun for me.
Can you remember a clip where maybe you went viral, and what were you talking about? That clip that had a lot of traction, that helped you get a lot of traction?
One of the clips that helped me get a lot of traction was it's okay, I can call it the Bora Niko Smart video. So I was going to school that day, and I was nervous about the exam, and I started like making videos to make myself feel better and less tensed about the exam. Yeah, and I ended up going viral for some reasons. Yeah, but I thank God for that. It was a great opportunity. I got like more followers on my platform, and this is something that I'll continue doing, and I'm very happy doing it.
So for guys who are starting out, and you know they want to get an audience, a following, like are there things that maybe you have learned that you can advise somebody to make sure they do?
Yeah, I have a couple of things. For me, when I started out on TikTok, I had a lot of friends mocking me. They were saying like I'm a nobody. Like since I had like a few followers on, they were like, you have 2K followers on Instagram. Where do you think you're going to go? But if you have the vision, always you have the vision constantly of where you're going to go. It doesn't matter how much time it takes. It doesn't matter who says it's not going to happen. I had a friend in high school. I told that friend that I'm going to be a content creator, and I'm going to be big in the entertainment industry. They told me to just like how people say acha ufala. People won't believe in you, but like I'm just saying, have the vision and stick by it no matter what anybody says. And like some years from now, if you ask me if like I will be this, not like I want to humble myself, but like I didn't think I would have this number of followers on TikTok, and hata mtu angeniambia I wouldn't have like said it's true, but just stick to the vision and don't listen to anyone. You'll make it. You're going to go big. Just stick to the vision, follow it. Nothing will go wrong, and don't give up. Be consistent. That's all I have to say.
So everybody knows that TikTok has not been monetized in Africa, and for you are still doing, and there are very many other content creators who are still doing, and they are getting numbers. So like for you, have you been approached by brands or corporates to do some endorsements or something of the sort?
Yeah, actually I've been approached by some brands, although at the moment they're not like very big brands, and I understand that it's because you have to like start from somewhere and then grow and gain traction. For the brands that I've worked with, I'm grateful to that. It's like 1 or 2, not many, but I'm working on that right now. Since TikTok hasn't monetized the whole thing yet, but for me, I'm just happy making content. For now, it makes me happy. It gives me like something fun to do. So yeah, but I'm still working on the other things. Working with collaborations and everything. I think it will eventually be fruitful in collaborations and everything, but I'm still working on that. Yeah.
Now with fame comes a lot of like hatred. Even your friends start viewing you differently, wanasema maybe unajifanya ama kukaa hiyo. So, and also just when you release your content, do you deal with cyberbullying, people who they just have hateful comments? How do you deal with that? Or you have good fans, hakuna mtu huwa anakutusi?
For me, I get a lot of it. I think everyone in the everyone who's on social media goes through that. For me, it's like sometimes it's a lot. I've gotten comments about my weight. Like you just post an innocent video and someone is like, no, I don't want to talk about the comments anyway, but they're very hurtful. Sometimes you have to delete them. For me, I usually delete them or just ignore them. Yeah, mostly it's good to ignore, but like some things people say just like hurt you and irk you. Sometimes they get to you, but that's what the people want to happen, for them to get to you. And with social media, you have to be very careful about what you say, because if you say something bad, your audience will now, it might go off, it might ruin everything for you. So you have to be very careful not to get irked by the tiniest things. And I think you just ignore the comments. If you're happy and content with yourself, I don't think the comments will actually like penetrate through. I also have a good support system, my boyfriend, my parents, my friends. So like if I get a really bad one, I just call them up and I explain, and they're like, don't worry about that, it's life. And that's how you deal with that.
What's your end goal in content creation? Like, where do you see yourself? The things that you want to accomplish maybe in 5 or 6 years?
The things I want to accomplish, I want to be an established content creator. I want to work with brands. I want to maybe start up my own business. I want to be big in the entertainment industry, and I see that for myself, and I'm constantly working towards that. And it's actually nice you've asked that, because now I look back on this video and then I'll be like, I told him. But yeah, that's where I see myself in the few years to come. I want to work with the big people. I want to be big. I want everything big. Yeah. And I have faith that I will, with hard work and consistency. And yeah, I know that will happen for me.
You have law on one side, and then you have content creation on the other side. So I don't know, like where do you feel very comfortable, or let's say you're comfortable where the money comes first?
Okay, for me, law, I choose it as a passion. So I think, I don't know if people do understand this, but I think law is a bit interconnected with like the entertainment industry. It's not like very it's not a very pronounced like link, but like in law we usually do the moot court sessions where you're able to articulate everything. So the talking and it's just like a form of acting in court. So it's very similar. For me, law, I love it. I have a passion for it. And the content creation, I also love it. So in terms of future prospects, I would love to work as a lawyer, but I also do really love content creation. So I'm thinking they'll both be like side to side, because I think they'll coexist because I love them both. Yeah, that's the vision.
You've talked about we've talked about starting out and how it was starting out. So I want to know, like, you are in a field where even our parents, if you talk to them about what we are doing, they really don't understand. Wanaweza dhani maybe labda umepotea ama kitu kaa hiyo. So I want to know if you have ever dealt with self-doubt and how you overcome self-doubt.
Yes, I've dealt with self-doubt for a couple of times, because sometimes you have parents asking you, sasa unasoma ama when ni content creator, because they like, for parents they think now when you make content, and then now for me my content goes viral. If you make content and it goes viral, you're not reading in school, that's automatic. So now I have to be constantly working on my grades. I have to always be at par with my grades. Yeah, that's all I can do for now. Yeah, be constant with my grades. Can you pardon the second question? You've asked like 2 questions in a sequence.
Yeah, so I was just asking, like, how did you have self-doubt and how you dealt with that?
Oh, okay. I had self-doubt, because I was like, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? But how I dealt with it was I just said, like, for me, I usually have a flow of ideas. When they come, I make TikToks. I don't know, nowadays I don't think too much on it. Like, I start thinking whether I post or I don't post. I just post content. yeah, sometimes I do self-doubt. I'm like, maybe I'm doing TikToks too much. I'm supposed to be studying, my grades will go down. And then what if TikTok doesn't work? What will I do since, what if I mess up in law? But you just, for me, I usually don't pressure myself. I try to be consistent. I try to make my own schedule, but I usually just put out content. When I get an idea, I make a video and then I post it. That's all. That's how I deal with it, because I don't overthink on it. Yeah, that's how you can do that. Yeah.
You've talked about consistency, and this is usually a very big problem when it comes to content creation. There are guys who start alafu wanawacha, and then when you stop doing something, fans now forget about you, and when you come back, they have already moved on to another creator. So for you, how do you manage to be consistent? Like, do you record a lot when you feel like you have the vibe and store those files, or how do you make it?
Thank you for that question. I usually record when I have the vibe or when I'm feeling happy, or it's just I usually record when I do have an idea or when I have time. I record a lot of videos, and then I start putting them out one at a time, so that's how you're consistent. Because if you have the videos in your drafts and you have to post for your followers, you have to post every day, you put out those videos. Sometimes I also deal with something called creator's block, where you don't have any ideas or flows coming in. That's when you just use the normal sounds. But for the posting the videos, you just have a bunch of them in your drafts. One day if you're full of ideas, you make mini drafts and then you post them one day at a time. That's how you can be consistent. Also, something that might help is the vision. If you know where you want to go, you can't stop, because it requires a lot of self-sacrifice and determination. If you stop, you won't get to where you're going, or you'll delay the process. So you'd rather just keep on going no matter how hard it gets. Yes, and it's not like it's a must you do it, but you just have to. It's like going to gym. You have to keep on consistently going to gym if you want to lose weight. Yes.
As we are finishing up, I want you to talk to give advice to guys who maybe are starting out. They are wondering what to do. There is nobody to embrace them. They're still at 0 followers, or even they're just trying out something else, maybe a business. Others want to go to school or something like that. For young people, what's your advice to them?
My advice to them is that you should start with what you have. Don't wait until you have what you want. Maybe if you right now you want to start content creation and you have a Samsung phone. I don't know why people usually do this. It's a stereotype. You have to have a nice phone to start content creation. Start with what you have. Kiona, Infinix, Oppo, Techno, whatever phone you have, start with what you have. In business, start with the little money that you have. And then after you multiply it, start with what you have. Because if you don't, you'll start procrastinating. You'll want more and more and more, and you'll never get it. What if you get that thing in 5 years? So start with what you have. The second is since you never know what is going to happen, you just keep on trying until something works out. You try, if it's content creation, if you want to try, you can try first lip syncing, you can try doing vlogs, whatever will work out. If you see that's what your audience likes, or like if they like your stories or anything, continue with that. But you have to consistently try, because people also are changing their preferences. Once you get that maybe your audience likes you telling them your stories and everything, stick to that and do that for some time, and then you can change. Or if you like your audience, you can now start building upon that. But just try. If it works out, then good for you. If it doesn't, continue trying, keep on trying. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving us your time.
Okay, thank you. It was very nice, and thank you for the questions. Yes, and I'm happy to have answered them.